The Old Coot here, coming at you with another exciting video. This is the Moon Lence. I think it's called like the heavy duty chair or something like that, but I will put a link down below in the description section. This thing has held up well over time. Like I've used this thing about, I'd say 6 or 7 times, maybe 8 times or so. Figure overnighters, so figure like 16 to 20 times that my butt has been in that seat. I'm a pretty big guy. If you remember the video I did last year, I'll put it in the video playlist down there. You remember that I kind of showed how I was sitting in the chair and all that. What I've done to modify the chair was I added that little bit of cloth down there with some duct tape. So I'm going to show you that in a second, but let me just do a quick walk around so you can all see what this looks like. And like I said, I will put a link down below in the description section to the chair itself. And then I'll have to do another video on how to modify the chair so that you get more stability. That's the whole reason for doing that. It's a more solid base that doesn't wiggle and jiggle. I mean, you are going to get a little wiggling and jiggling, but not as much as, you know, other chairs that are out there. And if you're a heavier individual, this might be a good chair to purchase. It'll hold up to 400 pounds. So let me say that again. It will hold up to 400 pounds. That's a serious chair. And it's not that heavy. It's maybe like a pound something, 2 pounds. I can't remember exactly. I'll have to weigh it one day. But you do get a little side compartment here, right? That you can put your cell phone in, or your, you know, your beverage or whatever. So you do get that. Comes together pretty easily, like one of these. You know, you build the base. Everything is like elastic. All those tubes connect together, and then you get your top part. But let me show you what this modified base looks like. So as you can see, I just took some duct tape. Right, I'll put a link down below. There's the front, so I know which one is the front. And actually, I screwed that up. I put the back in the front and the front in the back, which is totally fine. But there is a little bit of size difference between front to back and left to right. So that's why I marked the front and the back and all this stuff. No big deal, as long as it's in there. But basically, I just took some duct tape, taped around some cloth, and I actually could do or should do the inside as well. But actually, now I remember why I didn't do this side. I didn't do this side because I wanted it to be lighter. That's why. So the duct tape does add weight, so be careful of that. But anyways, basically what you can see here is now there's like a solid base where my chair can fit in, so that it doesn't wiggle and jiggle around. So as you sit in here, it doesn't twist on you. That's what causes the chairs to break, is when you sit or when you lean back. Like if you're going to sit in the chair, just sit in the chair. But when you lean back and you're on the back 2 legs, you got to remember your entire body weight is just going on these 2 legs that are made out of aluminum poles, I guess. I think that's what they're made out of. Here's your logo, Moon Lence, right? It shows you kind of how everything connects. And I might have to do a separate video on this later. You do get Velcro straps that hold these together. So once you pack this up and you fold your legs in and you close down, you know, the tubes and all that, you wrap this around the folded leg part, so that way it all stays together inside of its case and all that good stuff. And it does come with a decent case that I've been carrying on the front of my pack when I backpack, which has some cool stuff, some emergency needs stuff. But anyways, you get the idea. With that being said, this is the chair itself. That is the modification that I did, right, to basically stabilize the chair. Great for a campfire. One other quick tip or trick I will tell everybody is, if you pair it with the Blue Hills pillow blanket, you can put your blanket in there, right, to keep you warm from the backside. So imagine if I was the fire, right, the campfire, and I'm blasting you this way with heat, you can put a blanket in there and basically sit on the blanket or roll it up like a lumbar support to basically shield you from the wind that's coming from behind or the side or whatever. So that's a quick tip. Also, if you want to pack really, really light, Mylar blankets, I'll put it like those emergency blankets. I'll put a link down below in the description. Those emergency blankets come in handy because you can line the whole seat with the emergency blanket, and now you'll really be toasty at your campfire, if that makes sense. So just to give you all another visual, let's look from the side. So that's the campfire, right? That's the campfire. Imagine you're sitting at the campfire. You're getting blasted with heat this way, keeping you warm and toasty. The Mylar blanket, right? The Mylar emergency blanket, or Reflectix, you know, you get the idea. If you sit in it, it'll be shielding you from the wind that's coming this way, right? And then obviously you would move around the campfire for the smoke and all that stuff. You get the idea. But that base is clutch. I don't mind packing in the extra 2 or 3 ounces it is to carry that base. And all it is just some cloth. Like I think this was one big handkerchief that I kind of just wrapped on the underside with this duct tape, and then basically made some edges on the sides. See the edge there? And I kind of tightened it. I kind of tapered it as I went up, so that way the foot will stick in there better, like all those feet. Some people use tennis balls. Some people use like their special foot things, but I think this is the most stable.